I have one for sourcing the bulbs.
Oh, okay, excellent question. Yeah. There are so many. I know, Victor, you also have your company that goes through one of your own preferred vendors. Of course, Saffron Systems, we don't produce or sell any saffron or corms, but we're, of course, integrated with so many different entities out there. While we can't, of course, go ahead and suggest any one particular company, we don't have any affiliations with any of these companies. We do have a couple that we've heard from growers that they certainly like a lot in both the northern and southern hemisphere. And one in particular that has, I think, a really good balance. I know the president very well. He's attended a lot of the same webinars and, of course, the just seminars live in person that I have in the past. His name is Hans Roosevelt from Rocco Saffron. And Hans is just a wealth of information when it comes to saffron corms, and they are based out of Holland, and they both do northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere corm distribution, and they do a variety of sizes, organic, conventional. And one reason, again, that I like them so much is because they not only have really high quality bulbs, or excuse me, corms. There's a slight difference between bulbs and corms, but we don't have to get into that. Some people just use the terms interchangeably. And they just have such a strong, stringent sort of process for how they handle the corms, all the way to the research that they then integrate into their industrial process. So they're certainly very up to date with things that Victor and I have discussed in our previous webinar, and perhaps we'll touch on today if there are questions around it. But temperature regulation for corms to help them stay in dormancy when you're traveling, to different parts of the northern and southern hemispheres. And of course, beyond that, it's one of the key things for helping, increase flower emergence and initiation, right, is temperature manipulation, right? And so for any of those that, unfortunately, let's say just got their corms here in the northern hemisphere, I'm sure you guys are noticing that all these sprouts are coming out. That's time, beyond a little bit of time to get them in the ground, or in an indoor vertical farm, as we'll discuss here, in certain different techniques on how to do that. But at the end of the day, Rocco Saffron is fantastic. I've heard a lot of good stuff about them. And another company that, while isn't used as much, I have heard good things about them nonetheless, is Dutch Grown, also based out of the Netherlands. Of course, I don't want to disparage. There are certainly many other great companies out there, I'm sure, across India, Iran, of course, maybe even Spain, Italy. I know that there are certain places, just to put a side note in there, that do not allow the importation of corms, such as Japan, which is a very new regulation they just set up there. Again, so many things to dive in when it comes to corm sourcing. But Victor, do you want to add any other things in there in terms of companies that you guys have used and like a lot as well?
I can follow up on the example of the Netherlands. We have other company that we like, Sativus, from there. So it's Jaap. We have Hans and Jaap. I agree with the point that from the northern hemisphere, Netherlands is one of the best countries to source the bulbs from, as there is a long tradition going way back, also with tulips and other crops of propagating these corms and selling them worldwide. And then based on, I think also regionality. I think wherever you are in the world, you can source bulbs from your surrounding area without too much of a hassle if you know the right people. So this is something that we do as well. Like you, if somebody is looking for a source, we can connect them. We are happy to connect them with the suppliers that we have, so you can get the best bulbs as well. Then maybe I would add a small tip with bulbs. When you get the bulbs, you always try to get the biggest bulbs possible. That's why I like what you said with the timing. You need to understand when to order bulbs as well, based on the hemisphere, the time of the flowering, everything, and then how it works as well. In some cases, with some orders, you have to also pre-order the bulbs, because the biggest bulbs, they always sell out fast. That's basically like hot bread, fresh hot bread. They go out very fast because that's the most demanded one. So you have to put in sometime your order even a year before, so you secure the bulbs that you want in the size that you want.
Excellent.